This episode of the TDLA podcast is brought to you by Chow Paste. Have you ever been torn between having a quick meal before bed or just brushing your teeth and going to bed? Now you don't have to. Chow Paste is a new toothpaste that tastes like a delicious meal. It's non-toxic, so you can actually swallow it after brushing and feel like you've enjoyed a 4-course dinner.
My Chow Paste tastes like pho.
My Chow Paste tastes like poo.
Astronauts have been using Chow Paste for decades, and now it's available to the public at an affordable price. And if you order now, we'll throw in a second tube of Chow Paste for free, and a vanilla ice cream flavored Edit Brush. So after you've enjoyed your delicious Chow Paste experience, you can follow it up with dessert and actually eat your toothbrush, and it's all good for your teeth. Chow Paste, happiness and health in a tube.
Hello and welcome to the Two Dudes in LA podcast. Today, knock knock, who's there? Why, it's the hilariously talented Janine Hogan as the first special guest. Then, the whole group has a somewhat fulfilling conversation about their love-hate relationship with social media. But don't tune out there, duders. Janine gonna drop one of the best movie pitches you've ever heard. You'll be LOLing all the way to the bank. What's that? Is that the sweet poetic words of Teflon 3? All of that and more today on the TDLA podcast.
And we're back. Oh, I just smacked my head on the...
What did the mic do to you, Watson?
You know what? I just headbutt anything that makes my voice heard to the world. Because I don't want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Hey everybody, it's your boy, Watson. Here with me as always is my boy, Shaun. How are you, Shaun?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Audience, how are you today? Wow.
Hey, thank you for coming today, audience. It's good to see you again.
As you all know, every podcast we do is a live podcast in front of a live studio audience. It's so great they come here every Sunday in my apartment. So great.
I don't know how we fit them all in, but...
You know, I say that every time I see people come out of most apartments in LA. So, I mean, Shaun, how was your week?
It's a pretty good week.
Really? Mine was awful.
Well, let's start with yours, and then we'll end on a positive note.
Okay. No, it's just, we had an interesting week with the podcast in general. We're not going into it. Now everyone's gonna be like, what? But then, work has just been insane, just working real hard. And it just felt like I haven't had enough time for anything. You know what I mean? It's just one of those weeks. Nothing like real serious happened or anything like that, but it's just one of those weeks where I just couldn't catch up with anything, and then everything caught up to me this weekend, and it's like, Mondays. So, but yeah, so let's end on a positive note. What did you do?
Well, just worked all week, and then last night I went to an award ceremony called the Annies.
Yeah. Give it up for the Annies.
It was a blast. So for those of you who don't know, the Annies is the annual award ceremony for the animation industry.
Why do they call it that? The Annies?
I still haven't figured it out because the lady who started the whole thing, her name is June. So
June, okay. So it's not called the Junies.
Yeah, it's the lady who voiced like the old lady from the Tweety Bird cartoons.
Okay.
And she did a lot of the female voices in like the 50s and 60s. Like,
cool.
Pretty much everything that you watched back then with a female character, she did it. Like the witch from Looney Tunes.
Right.
Yeah, her credits are insane. But she started the Annies about 40 years ago, and this is the first year that, because she passed away, this is the first year without her. So.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. It's cool that you got to go, though.
It was cool. There were some big names. They had Kobe Bryant was giving out awards.
Kobe! I know. That's the face I made.
I guess he did an animated short film with Glenn Keane, who worked on Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, a bunch of things. But they did an animated short film called Dear Basketball.
Of course.
So they were kind of promoting that, and it was up for an award as well.
Okay, interesting.
And then Angelina Jolie had a film.
Whoa. Wait, why don't I... Oh, okay. I don't know why we're... I don't know why we're doing that, audience. Come on. She's great.
And then I got to see Ryan Ridley from Grandma's Virginity.
What?
He accepted 2 awards for Rick and Morty. They got Best Animated TV Series.
Hey. Anyways. That's great.
And then basically Coco just swept everything.
Of course. Coco was great. Let's, so we can have her talk and comment on what's going on.
Oh yeah, there's someone else here.
We have a special guest with us today. Janine is with us. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I was planning on staying silent the whole time.
Whoa!
Now I have to talk, I guess.
Now you have to because I pointed you out. Yeah, so you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. But how are you doing today? How was your week?
Weeks are complicated. And
weeks are.
There are roller coasters of things that happen in them.
Oh my gosh.
But it was okay. Overall, the median was okay. There's some highs and lows.
There's some highs and lows. They should just have a roller coaster called The Week.
The Week. Or generally just like
ups and downs.
Adulthood.
Oh, I would not want to ride. That'd be like the scariest roller coaster.
Yeah. No one does, and yet we still do.
At the very end, they hand you like a bill.
Yeah.
Right. Some kind of way. It's designed to kind of prepare teenagers for adulthood.
Oh yeah, if we want teenagers to go through it, sure, that's fine. As long as I don't have to ride on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. Well, everyone, welcome to the TDLA podcast, Two Dudes in LA podcast. I'm not quite sure what this episode is because, like I said, we've had some interesting things happen. I'm gonna say 3. We'll find out.
This will be 3 or 4.
3 or 4, something in there. Thank you all for listening and for bearing with us as we have been going through. We're sounding a lot better and looking better. I'm just going to say that. Looking a lot better. I look really good on a podcast.
Yeah.
I have a face for podcast. Okay. Easy. But, yeah, let's talk to our guest. Unless you have any other thing you want to say.
No, I just have like a really cool thing before we get into
Let's hit it.
So this is for our interview with Janine. All right.
Yeah,
that is very cool.
That's from a video clip that we played earlier. So
yeah,
it's an 80s commercial for kazoos.
Oh, you have to have seen the Kazoo Kid, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm going to send you that video.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up.
The Kazoo Kid is hot fire. Magic, exactly.
It's pretty good.
Talent right there.
So, a little bit of how we got to know Janine. So, actually, where did I first meet you?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm trying to think about
Okay,
this.
Cupid?
Yeah, totes. I was just like...
It was a 0% match, but we still
Yeah, but we were just
tried.
like, you know what? Actually, there is a part of me that's like... Because I'm on, I do OkCupid and Tinder and stuff. And, like, there's a part of me that does... there's sometimes where I do message the people that we have no compatibility. I'm just like, I just want to, like, talk to my arch nemesis. Because it's like, it feels like that's what, they're, like, advertising is like, you guys, if you were in a room, you would get in a knife fight.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, but, anyway, that's a random thing. But... No, I mean, we've done improv and stuff together. That's for sure. So I started a Kevin Smith improvised movie. For those watching this at home and you're seeing the camera shake every once in a while, it's my cat trying to steal the attention. So we did a Kevin Smith improvised movie. Hopefully we're going to keep that going because I love that so much. Mm-hmm. I swear we had to have... I don't even know, man. Like, it's for some reason I'm just drawing a blank.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just were, like, friends before we even...
It was just like, poof.
Yeah, just like your phone number was in my phone, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I want to be on an improv team.
Yeah, because I do remember being surprised when you asked me to be on that team.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I felt like we kind of didn't really know each other. And I was like, do you even know if I'm funny or talented? Or do you just need...
Yeah, I did.
A redhead. Which sometimes that happens, and I do accept that opportunity.
No, that's perks. Yeah. I would say, but yeah, I do think you're funny.
Oh, thank you.
And I do think your social media game is on point. Let's just plug that at the top.
Yeah.
Where do we follow you?
Instagram is kind of my main thing right now. And
she's got the stories. She's got the posts.
Oh yeah.
She's in it. She's great.
I try. It's a lot of my dog and a lot of very silly ideas that I find fucking
hilarious.
Funny.
Yes.
It is J and then the number 9 _ Hogan.
Boom.
Like J9 Hogan, Janine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever get Hulk Hogan jokes?
I do. When I was a kid, I would lie and say Hulk Hogan was my uncle, but that we were poor because he was in a fight with my dad, so he wouldn't give us any money.
That's amazing.
That's one of the best things about childhood is you could just make up whatever bullshit, and everybody would just be hanging on every word.
Yeah.
I convinced everyone in my high school that I was the Numa kid. You know what I'm talking about? Maya, Maya, who? Yeah, I convinced everyone that was me. And people, like, 2 dudes were so like, dude, you weren't. Oh, I love that video, man. Yeah, I was like, oh, I got him.
I convinced everyone in high school that I got accepted to 2 clown colleges, and I just could not decide which one to go to. Because there was like a wall that it was like, wow, write the schools you got into so we can all be like, you're accomplishing things.
Yeah.
And I researched top 2 clown colleges in the country and wrote them both down.
That is so sweet.
Have you looked into the show Baskets with Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah, I feel like I've watched like 1 episode. And
I watched the first season. I think it's on season 3.
It's on season 3.
But it's a really good, like, dark comedy. Like,
Yeah.
just to watch his, like, downward spiral.
Dude, I can't get enough of it. I don't know what it is about it. I just, like, seriously, you guys are looking at my face right now. And, like, well, no, I'm not going into that. I just go at great lengths to watch the new season when I don't have TV.
Got it.
Let's leave it at that. Yeah, so I wanted her on the podcast because what I think is great. Now, I know you dabble. What is that? No, I'm not trying to say that. Dabble.
I do.
Wow.
You might dabble. We don't know.
You know, I can't believe I just dabbed on a podcast. Well, I almost threw up. You do almost everything. Like, I see you, being an AD. I see you being like a producer. I see you doing tons of stuff, but also, acting and stuff. So, like, what is your, like, end game? What are you hoping to accomplish? I like to ask this question first because then we can, like, lead up to where you are at now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the end goal for me would be comedic acting.
Okay.
And also doing music.
Oh, cool.
Maybe like how Donald Glover he likes to do both. And
Totally.
That's the goal. Because I do a lot of music stuff now. And also a lot of acting, and it would be cool to do those. I've done a lot of writing, but had the realization I don't enjoy it as much.
Okay, yeah.
So I've tried to stray away from it and I just want to, like, try to only focus on things that I truly enjoy.
Yeah,
because
totally.
There's no fucking time to do anything.
Man. Oh, no, life is so short, especially in LA.
Yeah.
Time just flies. Like, I can't believe I've been here for almost 2 years. That's crazy. How long have you been out here?
I just hit my 5 years.
Yeah. Rocks, dude.
Nice.
Rocks. And what do they say on bunny ears? Fist bump. Yeah, but they don't actually fist bump. That's a shout out to Bunny Ears if you guys are not listening to it. Macaulay Culkin started a podcast. He doesn't care about us, but I do. Macaulay or Mac, that's what they call him.
But just throwing it out there, if you guys want to do like a merger,
help a podcast out. Yeah, right. Cool. So speaking of music, she does this like loop rap cool thing. I unfortunately have only seen videos. I haven't yet seen a show live. Forgive me.
Like Reggie Watts. Have you checked that out?
Yeah, semi-Reggie. That's like the closest comparison because not a lot of people do it. But yeah, I create fully improvised songs based off audience suggestion.
Yeah.
So I take suggestions and I layer beatboxing with my vocals.
That's dope.
And it's comedic and it's weird and I do a lot of characters and it's very fun, very interactive.
There was one. It was a recent video that you posted, and we'll like retweet something or post on our social media when it comes out. Where like you were having the audience chant something with you.
Fuck McDonald's.
There it is. Yeah. So the whole audience is just chanting that, which is so fun.
Yeah. I just like to let people know I am in control of them and I have full power when I'm up there. No, that actually happened because I got some sort of suggestion that made me think of McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I made the joke where I was like, everyone look under your seats. Everyone got a coupon because I was like, you get a McDonald's and you get a McDonald's. And then I like in my shows, I really like to have meltdowns.
Nice.
And so I like stopped the music and like turned around to face the back wall. And I was like, you fucked up, Janine. Everyone's expecting McDonald's now. And then I was like, Siri, where's the closest McDonald's? And I was like, do you guys deliver? And then Siri got confused and I got confused. And then I just was like, honestly, McDonald's is bad then. Oh, fuck McDonald's. And I made a song called Fuck McDonald's, and then I made everyone get involved.
Dope.
That's so
See,
great.
that's
Where
so
did you
cool.
do that?
This was at a place in Koreatown called Tao Comedy.
Of course.
It's a very cool little tiny spot.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You got a lot of cool ones of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to, what was it?
Tao Comedy.
Tao Comedy. Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we should get. It's one of those the air horn things.
But I do shows all over. I've done UCB,
Seriously.
iOS,
Yeah.
Clubhouse, Second City, Improv Space, all of them.
All of them. She does it all. She's awesome. So, comedic acting. So, like, well, I love what you do, and the reason why the big focus I want to have with the podcast is about the social media aspect of it. To you, why do you post to social media? Is it important to what your end goal is in your mind, or?
I cannot deny how important it is and how much I've gained just from my social media presence.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a social media creator necessarily. I don't have like millions of followers where it's like making me money.
Yeah. Soon though, I bet.
I mean, I hope. But I have had people offer me jobs just based on social media.
Totally.
And when I meet people, I try to immediately add them because that's how I remember who they are.
Nice.
And I learn about them in that way.
Yeah.
And I think it also works the opposite way where people see me. They also see that I'm like doing commercials and doing shows and doing films and doing, and it's like makes people, and even it's just subconscious in our world where people want to do stuff with people who are doing cool stuff.
Exactly.
And if they see like, wow, this person's doing a lot of shit, maybe she'll be somewhere in a year.
Yeah.
I'm going to want her to be in my short film.
Yeah,
Because then
yeah,
if
yeah.
I try to put that in festivals in a year, if she's a name, that's even better.
Yeah. Do you have like a specific story that you can share, like that you got help
I
from that?
don't direct very much.
Yeah.
But I did a short film that I wrote, produced, and starred in, and I hired an all-female crew.
Yeah, that was cool.
Thank you. But I did not direct it. But I had someone see me post photos and reach out, and they were like, you direct, right? You've directed? And I was like, yeah, I have. And they were like, oh, can you direct my web series? And they asked me to do that, and I was
Nice.
like, okay. I ended up being too busy, and I couldn't do it. But
Gotcha. That's
I
a
got
good...
offered.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I have had situations where people like, and even like I do a lot of live streams on Facebook of music things, and it
Totally.
makes people book me for shows. Because what I do is so hard to explain.
Sure.
People do not understand
Oh
it.
yeah.
So when they see it, they're like, oh, wow. And
Yeah.
then they want to book it.
Yeah.
But if not, they don't trust it. And they're like, I don't know what this is. I'm not putting that on my UCB show.
They turn into an 80-year-old. Like,
Yeah.
these kids don't want to listen to rap loops.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's so important. Sometimes I hate how important it is.
Yeah,
But
oh,
I
yeah.
can't deny it.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind me talking about that, you are vocal about it, so that's why I think it's okay to talk about. Like, you do post like when people say really inappropriate things to you, or
Yes.
like you know, I guess I don't need to get specific, but you had someone literally contact you, and basically, I mean, you know, it's the internet, but it shouldn't be okay. But basically, like, sexually harassing you, asking for pictures, and like. What I love about you is you just don't give a shit, and like you're just like, stop it, like don't do it. You post it on your social media, so then they're 100% exposed for it.
Yeah.
Like that's so dope that you do. But how do you handle that? And I'm sure a lot of women have to go through that when they're posting. You know.
Oh yeah. And I think I get it definitely a lot less than a lot of people. But I do get it a lot, a good amount. Just being an internet person, and I've also done things on much larger platforms than I personally have. And people truly, I was like just talking about this with someone who teaches technology to kids, and they were like, I don't know how to tell them not to be cyberbullies, like, or how to not be so affected by cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Because people really see this as a mask. They're just like, I could say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. Right.
And it's like a lot of the time for me, it's like middle-aged dudes who just write like the nastiest shit and are just like real dirty. And I'm luckily like, I have like being able to see other stories from women. I feel like I'm lucky to be less affected by it, I think, and it might just be because I get it less. I think I maybe get catcalled less than people and things like that. So I'm a little bit more like, it bounces off me a little more. But yeah, I just like fucking with them and being like, oh, okay, if you're going to be fucking disgusting, I'm going to tell thousands of people about it.
Absolutely.
You tell
Exactly.
Yeah. That's awesome. See, that's so cool. And, you know, just to kind of go back to, like, you saying you posting makes people want to work with you, that is 100% true, and I can tell that from, like, my personal experience with you. You know, not only have I asked you to, like, be on improv teams and, like, come and do improv shows with me, like, I don't even think you know this, but I've been writing a feature film for, like, the past year, and, like, there was a moment where I was writing a character, and, like, he's super fun, and, like, I was, like, looking at your Instagram stories and stuff, and I was like, you know what would be really dope is if this character, why does he even have to be a dude? He doesn't. That doesn't really have a story. I'm going to switch that. And then his name is Henry, and I was like, yeah, I'll keep it Henry. And like, and yeah, so I literally wrote the part for you in my, you know, who knows if it's ever going to happen, but
Wow,
you know,
thank you.
but it happens, you know, and I think that's so, like, it's such an important thing that actors don't understand, like, that's how it has to be nowadays. Like, I know there's some actors that, like, are lucky and kind of just get their way through networking or whatever, but, like, even then, you just have a higher chance of people are seeing that you're working and doing stuff.
Yeah, I have definitely lost commercials to people with much higher numbers than me. Numbers matter, man.
Yeah.
And I hate it. There's like a lot of stuff I hate about it.
Yeah.
But I also know that it's like what I got to do. And there's that idea that, you know, all of what we put on social media is not really the truth about our life.
Sure.
Like, I try to be very transparent about, like, when I'm super depressed or things I'm struggling with, because I don't care. And I'm like, I have the ability to try to, like, make things funny. That's, like, my defense mechanism, so I can talk about it. And I think that's important, too. But it is truly, like, the struggle of realizing that it's a persona to people and staying true to yourself. And it's, like, this balance that I think we will just struggle with more and more.
Yeah.
But it's part of it.
Yeah, totally. I feel like I've been talking a lot. Do you have anything you want to ask her?
No, I think it's really cool. I mean, it's true. Like, the simple fact is, in the entertainment industry, most people are on social media, so you just have to play the game, and it's about staying on people's radar and just keeping yourself in, like, the forefront of their mind, and just. So I get it. It's the nature of the beast, I guess. So.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it sucks because I don't know if you know about this, but this was back when Trump was. We never got political on the show, but when
I
Trump
do
was
know
getting
about
elected,
this.
you do, yeah, and
Yeah.
I got cyber attacked for just expressing my opinion on a friend's Facebook on in Utah. And, like, it's just crazy the power that the internet has. Like, the internet has just this power that's just sucks sometimes. Sometimes it's a beautiful place. Like, you work for or with, I'm not sure what to say, but Super Deluxe, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff for Super Deluxe Live. They do a lot of Facebook live streams.
Yes, I've seen you, like, this seems weird because I know everything you're doing, but a lot of it's just, you know, I'm just looking on Facebook. It's not like I'm like, oh, what's Janine up there? You know? But yeah, so, like, I've seen you, like, eat stuff. I've seen you cook stuff. I've seen you a lot of food stuff.
Yeah, my character is Chef Janine. That's who I've become.
Okay, so that's why. Gotcha.
That's great. They have established, like, 3 or 4 of their, like, characters, their hosts. These are their, like, faces, sort of. And I'm one of those. So I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I just started doing, like, a new scripted show with them, which is very
Nice.
cool. And they are working on, like, other shows to possibly pitch places. And it's really exciting. And they're doing, like, a lot of dope stuff. It's sort of like my looping where I can be fucking weird, and that's what they like. That's their market. That's the viewers, and they know that. Everyone who works there is a fucking weirdo, and they all work on their own, like, solo, very strange stuff.
Yeah.
So it's very fun. Chef Janine is this character that's, like, sort of a sociopath that makes like, very disgusting. That makes, like, very disgusting food.
Yeah.
That is created by viewers. So it's the viewers
cool.
choose what I make. Then I make it, live.
Nice.
And it ends up, because people are monsters, it ends up being the most disgusting shit ever.
Yeah.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
And so I end up making it, but my character is like so excited to make this food for my best friends. And they will like gag and puke and do disgusting things because I'm feeding them the most disgusting shit. And then I get upset.
I don't know if you really know about it, but like, how does it work, like live voting? Or do they comment, or like, how does that?
They built an algorithm. They have like algorithms for every one of their live streams. Like their tech people are legit.
Wow. Shout out to their tech people.
Shout out to Super Deluxe Tech people. It's based on reactions. So you react with heart to vote for whatever heart represents, and works like that.
And they somehow like tally up the votes with that.
Yeah, it's like they have an automatic counter, and then they have a certain amount of time, and based on that time, and it even shows live the percentage of what's winning.
That's so cool.
And then people do comment stuff, and they take funny comments and like put them up, and I'll kind of talk about the comments and shit like that.
Nice, that's cool.
It's
Sorry,
so
I just always
fun.
wanted to know like how that works and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm also very curious. Anytime I can go into the live tech room, I'm like, ooh, let me snoop around.
How does it work?
Right now, that's like my favorite stuff I've been doing.
real.
It's so fun.
It's fun to watch. So
Thank you. That means a lot.
That sounds fun. What's an example of something you ended up making?
Ooh, a lot of times it involves like squid sauce. That's hard to say.
oh my gosh.
Grasshoppers, worms. One time there was soup that had an entire fish head in it. Worcestershire sauce is a fan favorite.
There you go.
A lot of really disgusting stuff.
Did you guys end up eating it? Or at least trying it?
I'm the chef, so I no longer eat it. Thank you very much. But I have eaten stuff in the past. But yeah, they eat it. And if they take like little bitch-ass bites, the viewers will keep voting for them to eat it. Because the viewers vote for the meal, and then they vote for which of the 3 people have to eat it.
Yeah.
And these people are blindfolded, so they don't know until I put it right in front of their face. And I'm like, eat up!
Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it's so fun, and I get to be like crazy. And again, I think I'm realizing now that I really like having meltdowns, because I'll like have a meltdown and be like so sad that they don't like it, because people will legit puke.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking disgusting. Understandably.
That's so cool.
But yeah, it's so fun. It's really gross.
That's awesome. Oh, excuse me. That was my text ringtone, everybody. Didn't realize that was on. Shaun's giving me the side eye. Just kidding. I learned what side eye is from Empire, because I work a lot on Empire. And so hearing side eye, I was like, what is side eye? But it's just...
There's a lot of side eye on Empire.
Yeah. But they're like, don't give me that side eye. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
How
How did you not know what side
I had no
is?
idea. I'm a little kid from Utah. Okay, I don't know anything. I didn't even know what. Let's see. I love how I say that, and I don't have anything to back up with it yet. There's a lot of terms like in LA that I didn't know about. You got me saying baby a lot.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, baby. Yep.
That's where you got that.
That's where I got it from, because I just die every time she would just do that.
I love
It's
it.
so funny. So who in your mind, like who's your favorite, like? I mean, we'll go with like social media person. Like, who do you see that you're like, oh, I want to get to that level?
Oh man, that is a good question. He's not very active, but Bo Burnham, when he used to do... Bo Burnham is my favorite comedian.
For real.
I saw him live.
You're
and
going to
it
be
was,
happy
life-changing.
with a segment a little bit later.
And even like on top of comedian, just performance artist, like he really makes these immersive shows that he's really thinking outside the box. So
Yeah,
I really
he's, like,
appreciate that.
Very smart, which I'm envious of. I'm like, man, how can I be so smart? He does like a lot of very smart comedy, very silly stuff, music stuff. So I like him a lot. Oh man, there's a lot of people. There's someone, I can't remember her name. I want to say it's Jamie something, but she takes kind of like foods and make like puns on them.
Okay.
Which in this moment, of course, because we're here talking about it, I'm not going to be able to think of any of them. But it's really funny. And
Yeah.
I don't know, just things that sometimes I see ideas and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I thought of that.
Were
But
you
yeah.
into Vine much at all?
Oh yeah, I was big into Vine.
Yes.
I met my roommate
Me
through
too.
Vine.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
Yeah.
So we do a segment here in a little bit called "Don't You Dare Laugh,"
Right.
and I think to this day, most of my clips have been from Vine.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a poster. I was a lot more just like I just love to watch and consume. But funny enough, you have a friend that I used to watch. He wasn't like super like famous, but he would post a few that I just thought were so funny that I liked. Oh, he's also a redhead. He's got glasses.
Blake Rozier.
Oh, I don't remember his name.
If I showed you him,
Show
maybe?
me a picture.
I think it's Blake. That's like one of the only other redheads I know, especially with glasses.
He came to when we were doing a bunch of Savages. That's what our Kevin Smith team was called. That's him.
Yes, Blake Rozier. I'll plug him all day. He's very, very funny.
Yes.
So creative.
He's
very,
great.
Very wacky.
I thought he was hilarious. Actually, you know what? It was funny. I followed him maybe and then I followed him, and then a month later they were like, "Vine's over," and I was like, I only saw like 5 of his videos, but
You gotta
I really
find
liked
it. He
him,
still does
so.
stuff on Instagram.
I'll
You
have
gotta
to. Yeah, I'll have
find
to find
him.
him on there on the Instagram.
Yeah, but I loved Vine. I could talk about Vine forever.
Have
Sorry,
you
I
heard
just
about
kicked something.
V2?
Yeah, supposedly V2's coming.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the side eye with that.
Yeah, there was some serious side eye. I'll believe
what do
it
you
when
feel
I
about-
see it.
Okay.
It's like so much of it is gone. Like so much of the magic is gone. I don't know how V2 would be. Like I don't know.
You were here. You were in LA when it was like popular, right?
Yeah, so that's how I was able to like meet a lot of my internet friends.
That's
They would
awesome.
have like big Vine parties here. We rented out this like loft right off Hollywood Boulevard, and we had like a huge fucking rager with like
Cool.
every big Viner pretty much.
No way. That's
Not
awesome.
like the big douchey ones like Logan Paul
Oh
and
no,
King
I never
Batch.
even. Let's see, who was my favorite Viners? I really like Jamie Acosta. He did like impressions.
Yeah.
He actually lives down the street.
He's
I'm not going to
great.
give out the address. That's the only one who I've met. I loved Mel. Oh man, I think she just called herself Mel, but she did
Mel Berger?
I don't remember her last name, but she'd just be like, "Oh, you're not Jeffrey."
Yeah. That's a friend of mine.
Oh yeah, she's great. I still
good.
follow her. I didn't follow a lot after, but I followed her, and she still does really funny stuff. And obviously, she's dating Anthony.
Anthony from
which is he's hilarious. I worked with Smosh for a little while, so he was really fun to work with.
You ever just see a couple and you're like, yeah, they're fucking so cool
Yes.
and dope.
Yeah,
That makes sense. And
Yeah.
also, I'm jealous of it.
that's them.
Yeah. But she's also so talented, an amazing singer and musician.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I don't
people
remember
don't
if I've
know.
seen her sing or anything.
Yeah, she sings so well. She's great.
That's awesome.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. Yes, my all-time favorite was definitely though Nicholas McGallis.
Yeah.
He's dope. He's in New York, but he's really
Got a
cool.
cute baby.
Yeah, he does. And a wife. I mean, that's weirder to say.
But he got all that through Vine.
Yeah,
He
really?
met his wife on Vine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, Vine was a magical place. A lot of people shit on it, but I'm telling you guys, like, nothing felt like having just a worst day or even just like a normal day, laying in bed and just being like, awesome. I'm going to check all my Vines for the day.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was and it was like the first social media I think that was like so interactive where people
Yes.
made genuine friends off of it. And there was all the shitty big Viners, which is like what everyone knows about Vine,
Yeah.
but there's like this middle world that
Nash
was like,
Greer.
but there was this middle world that was like Miel and all of these people that were
Miel,
like,
there you go.
that were like fucking amazing and
Yes.
so creative and smart, and like their loops and their creativity always blew me away.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I want people to be like, that's what Vine is about.
Yeah.
But people just remember like Nash Greer and all those fucking fuckboys.
Right. Yeah, we talked about Logan Paul a couple episodes ago with everything that he went through. I'm sure we could do a whole podcast with you on that
Yes.
subject. But man, that's so fun. See, I am hopeful just because I miss that kind of community. Because we just as an audience, you felt like you were part of it.
Yeah.
And like the only like ever I got one video that was like 400 likes because what my favorite thing about Vine is it felt like an improv game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someone would do like like a couple weeks ago. Oh no, it was last week, so you won't be able to hear it unfortunately. But there's a funny video called it's like watch your profanity. It's the guy from I don't know what it's called. Storage Wars. But what was fun is, one person would post a video about it and then have that at the end, and then someone else, and then everything just kind of grew. And
yeah, people would start hashtags, and then you would see how creative people can get from that one hashtag, and how it would evolve, and it would be so funny.
Yeah, and that's what they need to focus on if this new one is going to be big, is and I've been looking at what they're hoping to accomplish, and because they started a community page thingy, because I'm interested. But yeah, I think what needs to be the biggest push if they want it successful is collaboration, is what tools can be used to create videos and
get rid of the popular page.
Yeah, I don't know.
Keep the channels.
Yeah, I feel like that. Oh, I loved the channels.
Cool.
I just jump on that.
Yeah.
But cool. Any other things? I mean, I'm trying to think if I
just when I was kind of looking you up to prepare you for questions, your latest project, and Watson told me a bit about it, sounded pretty fun. Doing shows for kids.
Yes, I'm so excited to be part of something called Story Pirates, and we go to kids' schools and we perform comedy sketch shows based off of stories written by kids. So we take their stories and turn them into some sort of sketch. A lot of times it's a musical, and then we perform it back to them, and we do that around the country.
That's
so
cool.
that will hopefully involve some traveling, and it's something that every time I go to a rehearsal or a practice, or we did a show, the new people, because they cast new people every year, basically just because all the people in it get famous and successful.
As they do.
Yeah, and they're just too busy to do Story Pirates, because it's about being passionate about performing for kids and getting so over the top and wacky and doing things that you can't do in a normal improv show, where people would be like, whoa, what's this dude doing?
Yeah.
And it's so fun. And we performed for the existing Story Pirates, some of them. Nice. So that show was so cool. And anytime the CEO flew out to talk to us, and anytime anyone talks about it or we do anything, I'm just more and more inspired and so excited to be a part of it. It's something that's very hard to get into.
Well, congratulations,
so it's an honor.
Then.
Thank you. Very excited.
Yeah, applause. Yes.
Thank you, audience. Thank you.
That's great. It just sounds like you're so involved. You're just doing as much as you possibly can, and you're making all the right steps to get you closer to your goals. So
yeah. I would say my last question is we have a lot of people from out of state that are going to be listening to this. A lot of people hoping to move out to LA and stuff. And what would you say to someone who's maybe, either looking to move out to LA, who wants to become an actor? What would your advice be for them to get started?
When I moved here, I had never been to LA or California. I'd never been off the East Coast. I dropped out of college, quit my very good job, and bought a one-way ticket to LA with not a lot of money in my pocket. And I crashed on a couch for a little while, and then I got my first job in TV and was able to get an air mattress, and then eventually got my own room, and then eventually moved into a better apartment. And my advice would legit be do it. If you have to take out a personal loan to have a couple $1,000s in your pocket, do it. Find a way to do it. And then when you get here, you'll find a way to make it work, whether it's Uber, and then you can audition and try to get an agent. Take an acting class, do live shows, do sketch shows, write. You need to literally be doing everything you possibly can, because zero things are gonna fall into your lap.
Yeah, totally.
And just make sure you're constantly creating in any way that you can, and pursuing the things you want to pursue, because it's not gonna just miraculously happen.
Yes.
You just have to it's fucking scary. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I quit a job where.
Where are you from?
Florida. I'm Boston, and then Florida, and then here.
Gotcha. Just so that they can get context of
Yeah. So I was in Florida working at. I was a baker at a grocery store called Publix, which maybe people know.
Shout out to Publix.
That's
and
East Coast.
yeah, and managers there make six figures. So I was on the track for management. The district manager drove hours, like, on my last day and was like, what can we do to make you stay?
Whoa.
And I was like, nothing.
Wow.
And you just have to
what
do
was
it.
What was it that clicked that you were just like, no, I'm done. I don't want to do this.
I just realized that I was going to still wake up every day and bake the same bread and make the same pies and do I saw the same customers, and like there were kids that I loved that I got to know, which is great. But then I was just like, holy shit, I would kill myself.
Yeah.
I'd kill myself in the next like 8 years if I fucking do this.
Jeez.
And I just cannot deal with monotony. And that's why I love acting and creating. It's like my Google Calendar is insane.
Yeah.
But I get to do like different stuff all the time. I just can't work an office job a 9 to 5.
No.
That's why I stopped producing TV.
Yeah.
I was like very bored. I would go into offices and I'd be like, I am so antsy. I can't sit in an office.
Yeah.
And it's like a great job making TV. I'm working on dope stuff. I've worked on like amazing shows, Morgan Freeman shows, like very cool stuff.
Cool.
But I was just like, I don't like this enough.
Good for you, man. Just to be
Thank
like,
you.
I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your advice is just do it.
Just do it. And
Yeah.
it could have ended dumb, but like forever you're going to wonder and wish that you did.
Exactly.
Like time's going to go by, especially if you're trying to be an actor, like your face is going to lose its spark, baby. And as much as we want to pretend like that doesn't matter,
Yeah.
I sure know that it matters. And it's like part of it. You got to accept that and start on it as soon as you can.
Yeah. Just come out and like see if this is for you. Because I've had friends who just come out and are just like, you know, they try it and they're not for them. But then at least they tried it and then they're like, you know what? Cool.
Now
like
I know.
I know. Yeah. And like
Yeah.
I've been out here and like some days it's like no and some days it's like yes, and like but for the most part like this is where I need to be because the high moments just are insane. The fact that, you know, I can do certain projects is like insane. So,
Yeah. And it is. I've also had friends who came and then after a year were like, oh, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
And I have a friend who works on Rick and Morty who's been here like 4 years, I think. And she's like, I hate it and I'm moving somewhere else. And yeah.
Working on Rick and Morty and she
people
hates
just
it.
have to- Mhm.
Wow. That's it's just sometimes it's not, you know, it just doesn't work out and it's
Yeah.
not for you. Yeah, I've also had friends where like, yeah, they get to a certain point and it's just like once they even have a taste of what it's actually like being a PA. Although I'm going to say don't base the entire industry on being a PA.
Yeah, don't.
Dude, it sucks being a PA.
Yeah.
But cool.
But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's better to be able to say, well, at least I tried, instead of, man, what if I did?
Yeah.
You know, at least you know, and you got the experience.
Yep.
Getting as much experience, no matter how you did it, is always the best. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Cool. Well, thank you for being here. That's the end of the podcast. No, I'm just kidding. Bye. Bye, baby. We are now going to get to some of our segments.
Well,
If you're down.
let's just give her another round of applause.
Hell yeah,
That
let's
was
give
a
her
great
a round of
interview.
applause.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, audience. Thank you so much.
Although you got some roses there. Wow. There's some roses
Hey,
up there.
story of my life. Every show I do.
Awesome. Cool. So we're going to start. Do you mind starting with my favorite segment? Is that okay? We're getting it ready.
get into it.
Yeah.
And now it's time to hear some Pitchin' Flicks. Pitchin' Flicks. Pitchin' Flicks. Come on.
All right. So if you're new to this podcast and you're just listening, we do a couple segments that we really enjoy. This one is called, as you heard, Pitchin' Flicks. And how this works is that, you know, we live out in LA. We think about movies quite a lot. We watch movies. We consume movies. And we want to pitch movies. So we do that. We pitch movies, and that's what this is. We pitch movies.
This is our dojo where we practice the art of pitch and flicks.
Yes, and every single idea that we have could be the next blockbuster. In
Yes.
fact, I know it is. Okay,
We're just chock full of them. So
We're just chock full
a lot
of
of
them.
them's gonna stick.
yeah, totally.
We've got zombie cats,
Zombie cats, Bread to Fight Crime,
Fight crime.
and you're going to have to check our social, but we do also have a leg to stand on.
Leg to stand on, featuring Daniel Radcliffe and his prosthetic leg.
Yes, of course. So, yeah, who wants to start this round? Are you going to join us in this time?
I'm going through my phone notes to really find the gems.
Yes, find those gems. You want me to hit it up?
Go for it, Waddy.
Okay, let me hit it up. This is an idea that when I was backpacking through the deserts of Asia, a man approached me and said, "You create, don't you?" In perfect English, just said, "You create, don't you?" And I said, "Yes, sir. I am a creator."
Like you were walking past each other and you made eye contact, and that's just what he said.
We synced up, and angels sang, basically.
Wow.
I mean, not like really, but
He saw your soul.
he did. He saw my artistic soul, which you do. It's usually pretty dark when you're an artist, but
he didn't run off screaming.
he did not run off screening, so I was like, yes. And he told me he held out his hand like a palm, his palm, and I put my hand underneath his palm, and he opened it up, and a origami dragon was there.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden, boom, it hit my mind. Okay, here it is. Are you ready for it? It's a fair in 1950. Okay? Children running around. Cotton candy, $5. That's a lot in the 1950s. But
That's a lot of cotton
But
candy.
this is a rich carnival, okay?
Okay.
Fair. I don't remember what I called
Like
it.
Beverly Hills or like
This is
Manhattan
set.
Island.
This is set in Bel Air, just right in this. It's a street fair. Okay.
Okay.
Only the rich and famous are there. Okay.
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, was she around then?
50s, yeah.
She's there. In fact, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. So Marilyn Monroe's there, right? And she is running the lemonade stand. And people are like, "Whoa, Marilyn, why are you running this lemonade stand?" And all of a sudden, she folds herself up and disappears. And people are like, "What?" And then they turn and look, and Frank Sinatra, who lives across the street, of course, all of a sudden convulses, folds himself up, and disappears. Look over. Roseanne is there in the 1950s.
I think she was alive then.
I don't want to
Maybe
guess
she was
her
a baby.
age. I don't want to guess her age. She folds up and disappears. All of a sudden, beep, 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 the news, the radio, that's what that meant, is like, all celebrities all over the world are disappearing. What's happening to our celebrities? Help us. And only one celebrity is left. And it is Ron Howard.
What?
Yes. So Ron Howard's left, and he has to solve, as a kid, has to solve the mystery as why all these celebrities are folding into themselves and exposing.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid pitch. I think it has some legs to, stand on. But yeah.
That's interesting. I start thinking, like, if I started watching this and that would happen, I would take it as, like, they're going into it, like, they're traveling interdimensionally somewhere. Maybe not by
spoilers.
choice. Maybe they're getting sucked into...
Yeah, I mean, it's not by choice that they're folding themselves up. There's a big twist at the end. Should I tell you the big twist?
Yeah.
Okay, so the big twist is that they are actually running away to the moon to start their own colony of It's called Celeb Crater. It's a celeb crater. And they just go and live there.
Okay, they built a base in a crater on the moon.
That's the big twist. Everyone's like, "Oh no!" Like, and Ron Howard, because he's a kid, and he's got his little magnifying glass, and he's like, "No," and his dad is like, "Son, they're just dying." He's like, "No, they've betrayed us all." And he turns and looks, and then that's the moment of like, "What?" And then camera zooms from Ron Howard's eyeball all the way out to the moon, and it's like, there it is. That's the reveal.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Are they...
Dang.
Is it because there's, like, some kind of disaster that's imminent?
No, they just hate the world in the state that it's in.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
They can go to the moon.
That's eventually what they're like. And they left Ron Howard. I mean, he's a great kid. He was on the little shows
Happy
back
Days.
then. Well, was Happy Days happening in the 1950s?
Well, it takes
Man,
place
I am
in the
not
50s,
great. I know it
so-
takes place in the 50s, but I think it was in the 60s. I don't know, man. I'm not great with the television.
So Celeb Crater.
Celeb Crater, but you can't call it that because then that gives away the ending.
But people wouldn't know what that meant. It could be like they get to the end of the movie and they're like, "Why is it called this?" And then boom, their wonderment is fulfilled.
Yeah, and they're like, "Okay, thank you."
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I could easily make this for, just shy of 50 million.
Nice.
Yeah, just enough to make stuff happen. But yeah.
Well, typically we ask who would play who, but I guess since the people are actually dead, like who would play Marilyn Monroe?
Meryl Streep almost has the same name. She's done everything else. We haven't seen her play Marilyn.
Right.
Meryl
True.
Streep, Marilyn Monroe. That's kind of hard to say. Run after another.
That's true.
Yeah. So that would play Marilyn Monroe. Ron Howard, I guess. Who would the kid? I mean, he's done every. Who would play the kid from Stranger Things and It? He would play Ron Howard. He's played
Nice.
everything else.
Yeah.
We're putting him in there. So, yeah.
That's twice you've hit your head on the mic.
I'm just gonna,
4, 5.
every time I do that, I'll edit in the camera. Bling, ba-ding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the title. Well, yeah, the title we've already come up with it is
Celeb
Crater.
That's
So
right.
thank you, everybody. Yes, buy it for millions.
Yes.
Thank you.
I got a quick one.
Oh yeah, please.
So picture this, right?
Yeah, I'm picturing.
The idea is you see the flashing lights on a police car. That's the
Yes.
opening shot.
Uh-oh.
And you hear radio chatter about like, oh, he ran away. He's
In the police car.
In the police car, talking about it. The voices are the Wayans brothers.
Yes.
2 cops.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
2, it doesn't matter which Wayans brothers. There's so many. Whichever ones are like
So
available.
this isn't like Chicks 2.
No.
White Chicks 2.
It could be like any couple of
any
Wayans
of
brothers.
the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of them.
Are there sisters?
I mean, why, if they're not, they better get into this business fast.
Yeah, they maybe mix in one of those, and then you do a slow zoom out from the flashing light to reveal them in the car,
Okay.
but they're dogs.
Oh,
What?
nice.
Yeah, so it's a buddy cop movie with
Yes.
dogs.
Awesome.
Because it hasn't happened.
Now, is this live action or animated or like CG?
Everyone
animated?
is live except for the dogs.
Of course.
And everybody else is people, but they just happen to be dogs that are
Yeah,
cops. Okay.
just 2 dogs.
That's great.
And no one ever acknowledges that they're dogs.
They're just
Oh, that's
normal
great.
living their
It's
lives.
everyday life.
So now is it like a BoJack Horseman situation where there's a bunch of different animals, or is it only in this world there's just those 2 dogs that can talk?
Well, in the beginning, you think there's just those 2 dogs. And then you realize, whoa, there's more dogs. No cats, no other animals.
Fuck them.
But
yeah.
there's more dogs that they start to realize we're not alone. And the rest of the dogs are the other Wayans brothers.
Oh my gosh.
Like their long lost family or something.
Yeah, yeah. And they all look
Wow.
the same, and they're like, whoa, what? And they do that thing where, like, the paw goes up against the paw, and
Yes.
it's like a mirror view.
Yes.
And they're like, whoa, right? Oh, you're right. My left. They move left and right, and the people mirror it, and it's a beautiful moment. And there's like a slow symphony in the background, and then they zoom out, and the symphony is on the side of the street.
Yes, and
on
then
the camera.
if I may pitch an idea
Please.
similar to that, is that they both are then looking at each other and being like, name your favorite war movie of all time, and on the count of 3, and they go 1, 2, 3, Major Pain. Oh my gosh! And then they
Crazy.
just at the same time.
Yes.
So that's okay. I could pitch that.
Yeah, I'll
Awesome.
jot it down.
Just give me a cut.
Yeah.
Just like a short $2 million. How much can you make this for?
I think I could probably make this for $300 million.
Okay, 300 million. That's a lot, but I think worth it.
But I want to
in
do
my
it right.
opinion.
It's
Yes.
if I'm going to make this film, because
gotta
it is
do
a
it.
film,
Yes.
I'm going to really make it. Because we're going to make it all back.
Absolutely. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Within the first weekend. Are
Yeah,
you kidding me?
This is
easily.
a $1 billion idea.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I know.
That is so great. So what is the title of this movie?
It's called Which Wayans?
With a question mark?
Yeah.
Which Wayans?
Yeah, because it's like,
Awesome.
which ones are they? And then,
Yes.
whoa, there's more. And also, like, which way are they going to go in their police car,
Which
you know?
Wayans. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's great.
So like
Love
if these guys were maybe they aren't dating, but if they had a girlfriend, would they date people, and would the people date them? Cool.
And
would
do
date
they
just
in this
don't
movie?
acknowledge. Okay.
In this movie, there is a B and a C plot, and they happen to both be plots of
Wow.
romance.
Yes.
Okay.
I was just saying last podcast we need more romantic comedies, or even I know it might not be a full romantic comedy, but at least some romance.
Yeah. I
Right.
love a good rom-com.
Rom-com.
There's a rom-com out right now with a 17% rating, and you better believe I'm going to see it.
Yeah. What is it?
It's called Forever My Girl.
Yes.
It's a country singer. It's going to be so bad, and I love it.
Excited. I'm excited for that.
So, which Wayans, the buddy cop film?
Yeah.
What do you think, audience?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. This is my art, and this is my dream.
So, donate to her fundraising campaign.
Yep, she's just started it while we were talking here.
And I'm only 300 million shy of making.
We just raised $500 by
Wow.
putting it on our.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
That's why our podcast
Good to go.
is pretty great. Just saying.
Yeah.
I am really interested to find out when the hell they started doing Happy Days. Not the 80s. Oh my gosh, yeah. 1974 to 1984.
Nice. Well, nobody knows that. So,
Nobody gives a shit.
I mean, they know now, but.
They do know now. Happy Days trivia. Cool.
All right. So, I've been working on a mystery.
Yes.
Ever
Ooh,
since.
a mystery. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, it
ever
just
since-
clicked in my mind for some reason.
Ever since you showed me The Nice Guys, I started writing a mystery. It's
Okay.
about a missing old woman,
Okay.
and these two private investigators are trying to find the old woman.
All right.
They show up at the house, and everything's locked. Like, nobody could have come or left,
Oh no.
but no one's there. There's no sign of break-in, forced entry, nothing.
Sure.
And so, they're going around the neighborhood. They're trying to get testimonies from neighbors and see if they saw anything.
Yes.
Nothing. They interview family, and the family's like, well, she had slight dementia, but, it wasn't that serious.
Yeah.
So,
This is like, no offense. In fact, not offense. This is like, I'm really gripped right now. Like, this
Oh,
is
you just
like,
wait.
like we're all talking about Wayne's brothers and freaking celebrities folding into each other, but I'm like in right now.
I mean, what are you thinking? No forced entry, slight
Forced entry.
dementia.
What is going on? I mean, she probably just got out. She probably went to go get
It
a
seems
donut.
like she just went to the store and locked the door behind her as someone should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they searched everywhere in the house.
Right.
Well, it turns out she was in the attic the whole time. Her dementia got so bad,
Wow. And
She-
they did not think to check.
they didn't check the attic. So that was the thing. Because when you're watching the movie, hopefully it doesn't occur to the
Yeah.
audience to check the attic. Maybe they don't know if there's an attic.
Are these detectives two Wayne's
Dogs.
brother dogs?
It's a
Oh
crossover.
my gosh.
We're writing the sequel.
You're writing this. Oh, that is brilliant.
Yes.
No, but here's the thing. So her dementia eventually got so bad,
Yes.
she thought that she was Anne Frank.
Ooh.
And started hiding in the attic.
Okay, this is just a sad
And
movie.
so,
But
when the
honestly,
cops were in there and they're calling her name, she was like careful
Oh, yeah.
to like
She
not make
can't
any
talk.
noise.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, this is
man.
terrible.
And eventually they find her. She's starved.
though, Best Picture nom.
I think it could be. I mean,
Easily. Put the right people in it. Put the
Yeah.
little kid from Room and Wonder.
there it is.
Just as like the grandson who's like, Grandma, where are you?
And she's like, they got my family. Oh no, that's so bad.
So bad.
Who is, okay, who is the old lady? Who would play the
Betty
old
Betty
White.
White. That's what I was
Oh,
Absolutely.
you guys are synced.
Yeah.
Betty White, of course. She's got
Yeah.
the acting chops.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
She needs to get a few more jobs in before we don't see her anymore. So.
Don't say that.
Don't.
That is discriminatory. That is
Don't
a
say
terrible thing to say. She will live forever
Yes.
in our hearts and in real life.
I have so
Wow.
much Betty White things in my life.
Do you have the shoes?
I have the shoes.
Wow.
Shoes.
Shoes,
Post up
my
those
welcome
shoes.
mat is a screenshot of her from the Snickers commercial where she's covered in mud.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's like you wipe your feet, she's messy, fun.
Have you seen I don't even know who the artist is, but have you seen sorry, real quick. Have you seen the like rap video she's in where she's like, I'm still hot or something?
This sounds familiar. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's hilarious. Sorry, we went down a Betty White wormhole. Okay.
I'll go all day, baby. You can't stop me.
We should start a Betty White podcast.
Yeah. We should.
Try and get her on, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
So, how much budget you need?
This is a simple one. We could do it under 20 mil.
Yeah, you always come up with like the indie stuff, and I think that's great. Keep that in mind.
Try and stay modest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Modest is hottest.
And
I'm
That's
gonna have an idea for like a big production, like effects one
Someday.
So.
But you gotta baby steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I am afraid to ask, but what is the title?
Where's Granny?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say
Granny?
Gran Frank's Diary.
Gran Frank's Diary. If you don't mind, I know it's your movie.
Though.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Also, wait, the ending is when they find out. So, okay, hold on. So the entire story is them just looking for this grandma.
Yeah.
And then the end is when they find out
they
it's been
finally
right
realize we didn't check the attic, and she has this entire diary that she's been writing.
Is it literally just them like drinking coffee and then one of them just like?
The
I
attic.
don't know if we did. We just we checked the attic, right? Did we? Let's just go. Let's just go check it real quick.
But I'm not done. I just made this coffee. All right,
I got
we'll
a
go later.
homicide over on 5th. Can we just like hold this off? Although I do like the more dramatic approach where you were kind of hinting where it's like the attic and then it just smash cuts.
How long is the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, just a 90-minute. We don't want to bore people with the investigation. We just want to build it up as much as possible and then get to the reveal in the last 20 minutes.
Just can we get a sequel where it's literally the same timeline but we see Betty's perspective?
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
Well, there'll be once the reveal happens, there'll be shots of
I see.
her what happened.
Just like kind of
maybe
like a
the last
montage.
30 minutes of the film. We reveal it like 60
Gotcha.
minutes, and then it kind of
Gotcha.
explains everything.
And during
up to
the
that point.
montage, it'll be set to "I Need a Hero."
30 minutes straight.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, awesome. Well, that's Pigeon Flicks, everybody. Yes.
Thank you.
And that was
Thank you.
Where's Granny?
Where's Granny? What are your guys' movie ideas you want to send us our way? Hit us up at TDLA Podcast on Twitter, Insta, and you can email us and maybe we'll read them on the show. Why not? We don't have a big fan base yet, but we have time. Dope. Okay, so that was fun. Love that. A lot of fun stuff out of there. Now it's time for Shaun's favorite and my very close also favorite.
Don't you dare laugh.
Well, it's Don't You Dare Laugh.
I mean it. That's how it ends.
Yeah. So yeah, Shaun, tell the audience what it's about.
So Watson and I, we go back and forth trying to make each other laugh by playing these funny clips. We each have 3 clips ready, and I have a still bad track record of laughing.
Yeah, he forgets that he's not supposed to.
Yeah, I just feel like I want to make you feel like you picked a good one.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
thanks.
I'm just kidding.
It's a pity laugh.
Charity chuckle, I like to call
Charity
it.
chuckle. There we go. Charity chuckle.
No, it's fun, and I've actually learned a lot about Vine because I wasn't as the way I heard about Vine was just through Reddit. So everything that got popular that made it to Reddit is kind of the Vines that I got. So.
Telling you. Cool. Should we do it how we did last time, where she can see them?
Well, I can
Mine-
lay it flat.
Okay.
She can.
Yeah, I could peek.
Okay.
What do I do? Don't laugh?
You can play along with
you
us.
can laugh.
Okay.
Or yeah, I guess as the guest, you're free to just because
Oh,
I
fun.
know that's how you laugh. Is
Laughing
So-
is also contagious. so
Whoa.
Watch out,
Yeah, that's the
motherfucker.
thing. It makes it harder for us not to if we've got
that's
someone
true.
laughing.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
So my first clip is a food review. This gentleman, because you ever heard of like the McBitchin sandwich where you mix like a chicken sandwich and a cheeseburger sandwich and you eat them. So
No,
this
but
is
that sounds amazing.
so that was one. But this one is like a chicken marinara one. So
Okay.
so this guy takes like a McChicken. he puts mozzarella sticks and marinara.
Stop.
And this is literally just him eating it and like moaning.
Okay.
And
is this the same guy who does who did where they made the song Damn Damn? You know what I'm talking about?
The fat
man.
burger guy, or he's eating a burger. He's like, damn, damn, damn.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
You'll see his face, so it might be him. But he also, the other thing about these sound effects that he makes is he does like this, like, woo, 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 almost like the dude from the Three Stooges. Like,
amazing.
I don't get it.
Okay.
So.
And here we go.
Oh, and it's a different dude.
Give this a shot. Woo, 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 woo. Tell a friend.
Jeez, he is going to town. Calm down, dude.
I get so surprised when people stuff their face after they're done.
I know.
What?
What the hell?
Is he okay?
I know.
I get so concerned when people eat that fast.
Oh, I know.
Are his insides okay?
What was this?
Oh,
Need more marinara.
Oh, that one almost
Oh,
got
more
me.
marinara.
Oh. What are you doing?
what?
Oh my goodness.
All right, so we didn't get a laugh, so good job. Round one.
Dude, that was close.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea for the sandwich, I would try it. But
I would eat
and then I
that.
love how he says at the very, tell your friends.
Yeah,
Your
I like
friend.
that.
Everybody, this guy's eating a chicken marinara
I know.
sandwich.
Everyone listening.
Well, it doesn't say tell your friends. He says tell your friend. So
He
maybe that
knows.
reveals a little about him.
Yeah, he's got one.
Yeah, one. I just think it's funny because it almost seems like he's forgetting to do his whoop whoops for some, and he's like, "Oh yeah, whoop, whoop, whoop."
He like chokes in one of his.
Yeah, awesome.
Swallow first, bro.
Yeah. I can't really set up this first video because I forgot. Oh, nope. I remember now. Okay, I just came across this video and just... Oh, I loved it so much.
We're starting strong.
We're starting strong.
Okay, don't laugh.
You might have seen this, both of you, but let's just enjoy this together. Hit it up.
Cuckoo!
Oh, I love this so
What
much.
is raining today?
This is an Italian older person
Oh my god!
trying to talk to Google.
It said yeah.
You say yeah.
Yeah, it's her.
Oh my god. Is a woman?
Yeah.
I'm glad to meet
What
you.
is this thing?
Hello, Cuckoo.
Hey or okay?
That's something from the
Google.
outer space.
You have to say hey, Google, or okay.
Hey, Google. Okay, Google.
What's the weather? Yeah.
What's the weather? Ask
What the weather? You want to know what is the weather
tomorrow.
tomorrow?
In Flagler Beach tomorrow, there will be showers with a high of 65 and a low of 56.
With this. I'm scared.
You were turning like bright red.
Mystery. Oh my gosh. No.
Ask Google to play an Italian song.
Cuckoo.
This is kind of it just for a while, so we can stop this one.
Okay.
It's so good. Oh my god. I've watched
so
that
cute.
so
That's
many
adorable.
times.
She needs her own television show.
Yeah.
Cuckoo.
Oh no.
Cuckoo.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh,
I
it's
know.
not on here.
I was
but
looking for it.
It's on the other page.
Yeah, that's my
That's
favorite
cute.
soundbite forever.
I love.
She's so great.
I love like she's asking it, "How's the weather?" And that's what you're expecting is the
Right.
answer. But when she gets the answer, she gets freaked.
She's like,
She's
oh
like,
my.
oh my god.
Backs up, and then she's
Yeah.
like tapping it like it's gonna attack her.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
I'm
was
scared.
goo goo.
Yeah.
You know what's
Oh
funny?
my god.
You know what's funny about that is my next clip is about two grandmas.
Yeah, see, we're following it in style.
So this is a YouTube channel called Grandma and Ginger.
Oh,
and
they're
they-
amazing.
And
Have
they
a
were on like
YouTube
Jimmy
channel?
Kimmel. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
I'm
this
in
is.
this.
They're so
I
funny.
think they're sisters, and they just bitch at each other, and like whoever
Yeah.
in their family, like their nephew or something, just films them and posts the videos.
Let me see it.
Well, sit your ass there. Frank wants to sit there because he's connected to that plug over there, you dumbass. Look, you can sit right over there. You didn't have to go clear across the floor. You're so damn dumb. It isn't funny.
They're so mean to each other.
Got me in that.
Kiss my ass.
You dumbass. It's
So
my future
damn
for
Oh
sure.
gosh. Grandma goals, am I right?
There's a lot. They got a lot of videos of them just bitching at each other.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just
I'm gonna
so mean to each
subscribe
other.
This instant. What is it?
Grandma and Ginger.
Like GRAMMA, I think.
Yeah.
Grandma and Ginger. GINGA.
Yeah,
It's amazing. They're
came right up,
sisters.
dude.
Yeah. They're sisters and they're so funny.
There's one where they're like in the car going to church, and she's like, "You dress like a hussy."
They're always fighting.
That's so dope. Man, we got 2 really good videos to start it off, dudes. Okay. This one I'm pretty sure y'all have seen. It's a classic. It's been around for a while. And I had to show it because it just brings me so much joy every time I see it. Okay? Hit that thing.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Like I do this all the time, and if I go out at the house with the door, Matthew has his toys, and then Matthew has all his toys.
Okay,
Wide
but I have to
eyes.
yell at you guys.
Listen.
Okay, what?
Like everything they do at this house, you can't trust everything at Grandma's house.
Okay.
That's good. I think that's good enough.
Linda. It's like he's heard his dad say
Yes,
those exact
exactly.
words. Like, Linda. Listen to me, Linda. So
That
good.
kid should be a lawyer.
All the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, his interview on Ellen is really great too. Ellen's on top of these kind of videos.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know it was a classic one, but I feel like, you just
that's-
got to give some love to the classics.
I actually,
You gotta.
at some point during one of our previous episodes, I thought about putting that
Oh,
one. 'Cause It
yeah.
is great. So.
Listen, Linda.
Yes.
Okay, your last one, dude. Let's hear.
So this one was on the Reddit front page recently.
Ooh, a new one.
It's another kid. I usually have like one funny kid one every time.
Okay.
This is a little girl who just really wants waffles.
Dude, kids get me all
So
the
does
time.
it sound familiar to either of you?
I don't think so.
I just can't stop thinking about waffles.
This is me.
That was a lot better.
We're gonna eat something else.
Oh, I can't stop. Why can't I just stop dreaming about waffles?
I don't know.
Oh.
Get the kids some waffles.
A little ridiculous, baby girl. Do you need a nap?
No, I don't know what. I just can't stop thinking about waffles.
She's just like so confused. Why can't I stop thinking about waffles? And honestly, same.
Yes,
I also don't
Really
know.
your pain, little girl.
Yeah, that one got me. The last 2 definitely got me. Oh man, if I could cry, I cry all the time about. Well, for me, it's pho. For anyone out there, I would eat pho every single day if I could afford it.
Yeah.
But I love it so much. All right, on to my last video.
Number 3.
The reason why you're gonna like this one. So we talked about Bo, our Boo, and this is a shout out to him because he just directed his first directorial debut at Sundance, and I'm so excited to see his movie. The trailer looks mwah.
Okay.
It's about like a 8th grader girl. Oh, I'm so excited. Anyways, but not a lot of people know this. He also used to do Vine a lot and posted a lot of videos. So I went through literally tons of compilations and just pulled out my favorite moments of his and cut it into my own short timeline. So this is the best, in my opinion, of Bo. Yes. Hit it.
Get more points. Come on, boys. That's it. Watch the fiber. Soften it up. Sports. I'm trying to get into my room. Got a couple new beats. This one's pretty good, but this one is sick. Turn up. Is there anything better than pussy? Yes, a really good book. I'm gonna change his car from red to black. Did it work? No. Don't you hate it when you have to poop, but you can't because you're not in the bathroom? Don't cross me. Shout out to Jesus. I need a rhyme for Jesus.
Oh my god, that's fucking so great. At the very end, I need a rhyme for Jesus, and they smack him with the box of Cheez-Its.
Yes!
Yeah,
That's so great.
Yeah, he was just a guy that, like, you know, he just played with the looping and played with just being ridiculous, and like Vine was good to him. I mean, he was already good before Vine, but yeah, he was pretty good. One real quick,
Turn up.
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, I thought so too. It was between that one and sports,
Yeah.
but I still need to buy his book.
I have it.
Yeah?
And he signed it. And I made him stay offensive and creative like handicap porn. Because that's one of my favorite lines of
That
his.
is awesome. One of my favorite of his stand-up that I saw, because, you know, I edit, is when he's like, oh, it's okay, like, I can't remember exactly what it is, but he's like, it's okay, the editor will fix this, or, you know, editors are stupid, or something like that, and then it literally, like, cuts 3 jokes out.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was so awesome. All right. Well, now it's time for our final segment, which is listener email.
Initializing listener email.
Listener email initialized.
I always feel like we're at the Night of the Roxbury with that song.
It's very impressive.
Or it kind of makes me think of Heavyweights with Ben Stiller when he's like coming out and he's like trying to be all upbeat with the kids.
Ooh, Heavyweights, good reference.
I don't know. I was just thinking of like an 80s or 90s person giving an empowering speech.
Yeah. We'll have to do that. We'll do that with one of our segments. We'll call it 80 speech, and we'll have that song play underneath it. All right, so we got a few emails that came in. Isn't that great? Our podcast hasn't even technically released yet, and we've got questions.
It releases tomorrow. But when you hear this episode, it will have been out for
Doesn't matter promoting it. So
yeah.
But thank you for listening if you've made it this far.
Well, I guess that's something to say is like we record our podcast almost a month in advance. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like when we do current events, it's going to be something that happened like a month ago.
Yeah.
But also just another reason why I want to say that is because if you do write in an email and you don't hear us bring it up in the next couple episodes, it might take 3 or 4 episodes before you hear
It's just easier just in case, like, for example, our last podcast unfortunately didn't pan out. So luckily, since we did these in advance, we don't have to scramble. So it's kind of nice.
All right.
But cool, what's our first question?
Our first question is from Bailey.
Hi,
Bailey
Bailey.
asks, if aliens come to Earth and said you had to pick 50% of your people to be sacrificed, how would you start picking? What criteria?
Well, the White House would probably
Yeah, all
we'll
in
start
one.
with those. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That probably takes care of the 50. I mean, yeah, that was really mean to our Republican fans. I don't know if I doubt we do have any, but I mean, my mom maybe. Thanks, Mom. I don't know. How would you start picking? What were the criteria? Ugh. I have to sacrifice 50 people.
All at once?
50%. 50% of
No, yeah, not 50 people. It was like the White House is not a big
No.
event.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said 50. Like, for some reason, when you said 50%, I thought you said like 50, like people for some reason.
Half of the people of the world.
Jeez.
Fuck.
I had to make that choice. First of all, don't let me make that choice.
Yeah, why are the aliens asking you?
Yeah, exactly. A guy who does a podcast and, you know, no one gives a shit about.
Maybe they heard the podcast and they like your opinions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your pitch and flicks thing was great. Can you kill 50 people or 50? Okay.
Half the world.
Yeah, half of the world for us.
You got to stop saying the number 50
I
because that's what's
know.
fucking you up.
Hey, Pharrell.
Does anyone have an answer yet?
No.
I feel like
It's hard.
it's hard.
Bailey?
Yeah, Bailey, that's a
fucking
good
with
one.
us.
I mean, is this the most rational way, or I don't know, to make everyone take an IQ test?
No, I don't know, because I would fail.
Yeah,
Like,
would
I'm
I be?
I'm not great at IQ. Like, I don't think we need to kill dumb people. Dumb people are what make this world
Fun.
worth
Those
living,
funny
dude.
videos sometimes with dumb people.
Yeah. I mean, people are just smarter in other ways. Like, I guess what we would have to do is like be a little more specific. Like, okay,
I got it.
smart people. Okay, you got it. Because I was just
A
making it up.
worldwide game of dodgeball.
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, like death dodgeball.
Yeah, whatever team wins stays alive.
That's a movie.
Boom.
but we literally just say, okay, 50% of the world, you're team blue. Other 50%, you're team red.
We have captains, and they each go back and forth.
Oh,
this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
How long do we have? Okay, I got it.
That's a way of,
you
that's,
got it.
That's a way of stalling so that people aren't dying right away.
True.
Just kidding. So go
First, pedophiles.
Okay,
Get
yes.
them out. That's a good
Yes.
chunk.
Can unanimously agree.
Yes.
Yeah, rapists.
Yes.
Get them out. A good chunk of the world.
Yes.
Anyone
Hopefully
who's
a low percent.
anyone who's murdered someone.
Yeah.
I feel like,
How about those people that walk really slow in front of you?
Wow, okay. Jumping in there.
I mean, 50%. We gotta start.
I know,
we gotta start getting
slashing.
people.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
I mean,
we gotta
yes,
start slashing.
Sexual
So
accuser.
basically, maybe
sexual
as a
harassment.
whole, we should make a list of crimes that we all agree are just instantly like take those people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you mentioned 3 of them: murder, rape, and pedophilia.
I feel like that's kind of all of them to me.
If you rob something, I don't think that
Human
deserves
slave
that.
trading.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Ooh.
I mean, not a good one.
Yeah.
A good one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
like
I love me some human
that's
slave
not what I want. Ugh.
Okay. No, that's a good start. And
I
then
say-
maybe we go from there.
Yeah. think we
How long
answered
do we
that.
have? Because my thought
Doesn't
was,
say.
if we have like a year to decide, then we can slowly start chipping away at people
Yeah.
as they do fucked up shit.
There we go.
Like
And
you
then
go
just-
to court and it's like aliens, we got one.
Yeah.
Instead of going to prison, you go straight up to whatever they are
Yeah.
gonna do.
Also, here's an idea that might turn really dark. What if we opened it up to volunteers?
Oh, that
I don't
actually
know.
might get a few of them as well.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I mean, I don't want anyone to volunteer, but maybe, and I don't mean this in the dark sense, but maybe someone's like, "Oh, aliens, dude, I love Independence Day. I'd get killed by an alien." It's
And
cool."
also, hopefully, people who are caring would be like, "Oh, I'm terminally ill. I'll chip away at that number for you guys."
I've been a really good person, so just kill me. I've done as good as I can. Why
I
mess it
wonder
up?
between the crimes and people volunteering how many that would actually get to.
I don't know. I don't really want to think about it.
But
That's a great question, though, Bailey. Thank you. Any other ones?
If
Next
you could
question.
only wear one color for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Green or black? Probably green. Probably black. That's a good question.
Well, I mean,
Black. Noise.
but in Southern California during the
I
summer,
love it.
black pants, black shirt.
I'd wear it, dude.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
What about you?
Probably blue. I like blue.
Oh, I thought you
I
started
was-
with a B, so I thought you were gonna be like probably black. So I can
Yeah.
give a shit for doing
Just to be different from you guys, I'd probably say black. No,
a good color.
that was my second thought was baby blue because you gotta bring out those baby blues. You know what I mean?
Oh, the eyes.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know where she was pointing.
Right. Obviously, podcasts are pointing is good for podcasts.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought of. But I don't know why my brain was like, well, if you have to wear these clothes every day, you don't want them to be dirty. But I think we probably get more than one pair of clothes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I don't know.
Okay. If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Childish Gambino Camp.
Ooh.
Fist bump.
Fist bump. Me, it would probably have to be Good Charlotte. No, just kidding. It would probably be. Oh man, this is hard. Probably. Hold on, come back to me. You go. If you have fun.
I'm second guessing my answer.
No, but it's a good one. That's a good one.
But I also love Frank Ocean Channel Orange.
Oh, actually, yeah, okay, yeah, I have mine.
Okay.
Cardboard Castles by Watsky.
Nice.
I really love that one.
Okay.
Shout out to that boy.
Yeah, you've been in the music video.
I have. Naked.
Hey, she said it. I wasn't gonna say it. What about you?
Well, I'm torn between two.
Limp Bizkit and
Smash
Nirvana.
Mouth.
Oh, Smash Mouth.
Just kidding, no. Led Zeppelin, I think
Yes.
it's number 4 that has Stairway to Heaven on it. I'm
Okay.
going to sound like an idiot if it's not true. But the album that has Stairway to Heaven on it, or 10,000 Days by Tool. So,
Nice.
those are my guys.
Dope-alicious. Cool. Well, thank you everyone for coming out to the podcast. Thank you, Janine, for coming out to the podcast. Plug
Thank
yourself
you.
again.
J9_Hogan on pretty much all social medias. Look up Janine Hogan on Facebook. Like me there. That's where I put live shows and videos and all kinds of weird shit that I do.
Dope. And then, of course, you can follow us. What happened there?
I played the dude going. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh, you found him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also have. Well, you're not listening, but I also have.
Kiss my ass.
What is that?
What's that?
What did he say?
Who?
The yell.
The sound clip?
Yeah.
It's the old lady saying "kiss my ass."
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube eventually, but TDLA podcast. You can find us on all social medias. Thank you for sticking around with us. Before we leave, we like to share an excerpt. I mean, I can't talk, dude. I'm DJ Khaled today. Today it has been handed off to me. I have a book called Teflon. This book came into my existence through a group of friends who I think he accidentally ordered it, and now every single one of my friends back home owns this book. So I ordered this book. I got a notification saying it was delivered. I looked at my mailbox. It wasn't there. So I was like, okay. So I waited 2 days, and then I wasn't there. So I sent the people who sent it to me an email saying, hey, it didn't show. So they refunded me and were like, yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. And I was like, okay. And then it came literally the next day. So I hurried and emailed them back because I felt bad. And I was like, I only paid $3 for it, but I felt bad.
Right.
And I was like, hey, I'm sorry, it did come back. Do you want me to buy it again? And they said, no, just enjoy the shitty book. And this is what it is. So what's awesome about this book is it's just, let's see, it's about mad bricks, raw chicks, and charges that won't stick. Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, right?
About the gangsta life.
Yeah, so there's some words I can't say. But I will say everything else is much verbatim. There's only one word I won't say.
Maybe just say brother.
I think
that's
also
still
no.
a little bit, yeah.
Probably still no.
In that context. But what's fun is what I like to do is I just ask a friends to give me a page number. So you are our guest. Give me any page number 1 through 365.
167.
Ooh, I like that specific. 167. Okay.
It's a blank page.
Boom, here we go. 167. Lil Cuz been taking care of. Hold on, I'll start at the last paragraph real quick. So to give some, backstory here. A few minutes flew by. Bruno then tried to slick him out some information. He had already slicked info out her before without her. He knew that is a sentence. That is just one sentence. He knew just how to play her because she felt she had game, as we all do. We would tamper with her mental wounds. Oh my gosh. From dirt Cleophas done to her. Okay, this is getting dark. Wow, thanks for picking that moment.
You are welcome.
This was one of the rawest ways to slick somebody out info by making yourself seem slow and making them seem smart. What?
Manipulation.
Manipulation. Just, make yourself seem slow and them seem smart. Apparently makes... Okay. Lil Cuz been taking care of you. He got your ass spoiled rotten. That person might got a lot of fetty now, huh? Well, he got game from you. That motherfucker's pocket be fat. And by the way, motherfuckers is spelt mother and then Fuckaz.
To be honest, probably gonna buy this book.
And I've only read one paragraph.
It's so good.
Isn't it
I want to
so
read
good?
it.
Yes. A couple more. Well, let's see. I already said that. Kim was lying through her teeth about not knowing where the money came from, but Bruno figured she was anyway. Oh, okay, lying. Okay. And played along. How much cheese this little person be getting? Because I'm probably going to have him invest in real estate. I'm finna buy. Bruno was also lying through his teeth. He just felt Cleophas. That's a whole sentence. I helped this person count 40 stacks before he bought BMW. That's in my name. That motherfucker still got some work. Kim round her mouth some more as... so this is in quotations. Still, Kim round her mouth some Bruno studied everything.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I love CJ, but he is dog-ass person. I hear he's too many things. Until he's faithful to me, I'ma do what I want to do.
You go, girl.
Yeah. Bruno's stock body slumped over to look for his loud ringing cell phone as he listened to Kim's last statements before finding... last statements? Are they going to kill her? He chuckled to himself. With his little dick ass, she ended...
Deep.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah, what's up, cuz? This me, you in town, or you MIA? I'm MIA, Bruno lied to Cleophas. Man, there's a lot of lying going on right now. Yeah. I'll probably be back in the morning. What's up with you?
Casual.
Yeah. Shit, cuz, this bad bitch crib just stepped back in her spot for a second, but cuz this bitch here person, you'll go crazy if you see her. Kim could hear Cleophas. That's it.
Oh, that
is it. That is it.
Gold.
Beautiful. Yes. So buy this at Amazon, $3. It's been going up in price. They bought it for 98 cents, so it's been going up in price. Please, it's a Lincoln Lee novel.
What's
Who
the publishing
published
company called?
this?
Published by Black Pearl Books. You can find them at www.blackpearlbooks.com. And
actually, they have a list of some of their other books that they published.
Please.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Crunk. Hyped.
Yes.
These are book titles.
Yes.
Caught Up. Oh, Sex a Baller.
Sex a Baller.
Crazy.
Yes.
Wild Things.
Ooh, that was made into a movie with Nicolas Cage and what's her face? Not really, but there is a movie called, I think, Wild Thing or something like that.
So.
Yeah, anyways.
Really good stuff in this book.
Really great stuff. Shaun, take us out.
So, everybody, thanks again for tuning into the TDLA podcast. Again, we're on all social media under TDLA Podcast.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
And email us questions, content, funny videos, movie pitches, what you've thought about previous episodes at tdlapodcast@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys next time.